Hey there, beautiful souls. If you are returning here, I just want to take a quick second to say thank you for your support of the channel. And if you're a newcomer, hello and welcome. This is Universal Wisdom Tarot with your August monthly general intuitive tarot reading. As always, please remember not all messages will resonate with everyone, as they are general intuitive readings for the collective. If you're interested in a more personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below this video to access the website where you can choose from the various services offered. Are you enjoying these videos? Then please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. It's free for you and it's a great way to support the channel. Also, it lets me know that you are interested in more videos like these. Now let's start as usual by jumping into some quick astrological highlights for the month. August begins on a sluggish note thanks to the Mercury retrograde, but have no fear, this too shall pass. By the middle of the month, around the 11th or so, life will start to move forward again when Mercury stations direct. So it's best to be patient until then. Now, earlier on August 6th, Mars enters Libra, which is a perfect time for cooperation and teamwork. No matter how busy you may be, help is available. Rally your team and you will be amazed at what you can accomplish. Then on August 22nd, work takes center stage when Virgo season begins. Use this time for organizing the office, handling details, and creating efficiency. The new moon in Virgo on the 23rd is fantastic for beginning a new health regime. If you've slacked off on your routines like I have, you can now change your habits. And finally, I want to be sure to mention that romance turns passionate when Venus travels through Leo beginning on July 25th. Bold declarations of love, over-the-top proposals, and steamy nights add excitement to your summer. The best part is that Venus will remain there until September, so make the most of this time. And now let's see what direction the tarot will lead you in this month. I'll see you on the other side of this video where we can examine the messages from the guides. All right, beautiful souls, this is a reading for the sun, moon, and the rising sign of Sagittarius. And this is for the month of August. And I will begin by giving thanks to the angels, spirits, guides, and the universe for the messages they provide. And for assisting me in interpreting those messages for the highest vibrational good of my Sagittarius seekers. So can I have please four cards for Sagittarius for August? Oh my God, okay. You got a ton of cards that just flew out here. Okay. So you start off with the Two of Swords and Temperance. Okay, together. You have the Ten of Coins, which is the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Swords. Okay, let's get you another card, or your last card, and let's see. Man, oh man, there's major energy here, Sagittarius, for you. Okay, Nine of Cups. Beautiful way to end the month. All right. I have to say that you have the Seven of Coins, which is Pentacles. Again, coins are Pentacles in this deck anyway, as the overarching energy for the month. That's the theme of your month, right? Theme of your month basically says, all right, things are going, right? Let me take it in the context of this image because I want you to understand. This image here, she's picking the coins off of this tree, okay? And you can only pick something off of a tree when it's ripe or when it's ready, okay? No matter how hard you try to pull a piece of fruit off a tree, you know, and it's green, it's not ripe yet, you'll be pulling and pulling, you'll pull down the whole darn branch off the tree, you'll be pulling on it, you'll be bending the tree, but the fruit won't come off. Why? Because it only comes when the timing is right. So I have to say to you, there is definitely something here for you about the right timing, okay? I'm feeling that very particularly in the Two of Swords with the Temperance card as well, and we'll talk about that in a second, and that Ten of Pentacles as well, saying the timing has to be right, okay? Now, I am saying that because, well, first of all, let's go back to the Seven of Pentacles, because I also want to say to you that the timing is right is one thing, but it's very difficult to have patience, right? That's the Temperance card. So hard work and patience do get rewarded and will get rewarded for you when you wait for the fruit, right, to get ripe, and you can reap what it is that you're sowing. So, you know, you can, you know, at that point, you'll be able to say, okay, I'm going to stop now and see what I've done and how I can appreciate that, right? So having gratitude for what has been given to you as a result of your hard work, okay? So that's the other thing, the other message I have to get out to you right now. But I do feel for you in this Two of Swords and this Temperance. Sorry, I'm just one sec, I'll stop this. All right, apologies, Sagittarius. I'm going to start where I left off, which is when we're looking at this Two of Swords and this Temperance card, and I said timing is right and timing has to be right. I feel like you are indecisive about something, and thus the universe and the cards here are saying you have to make a decision, but also you have to have patience, okay? So maybe you are anxious to make a decision because you see you have this Two of Swords, and what I love about this Two of Swords is the veil that is covering the eyes of this character is quite thin. So it means you're not really in the dark, if you will, when it comes to understanding what your choices are. But nonetheless, you need to be patient. Need to maybe back off a little bit on that decision. Now, I feel for somebody, and we'll see if the cards will bear this out, but the message I'm getting for somebody is you want to do something. Your decision is related to wanting to either travel or go to parts unknown, or you know, take a trip somewhere. You've wanted this for a while. This is what you're deciding, and I feel like the universe is trying to tell you, hold off a little bit. There's the Wheel of Fortune saying timing. Again, it's everything here is timing oriented, okay? So if you are tempted to want to take this trip or go on this adventure or whatever, and the universe says wait, and you don't wait, even though the Wheel of Fortune says it has to be the right timing, right? If you decide to tempt fate, if you will, then I would tell you be prepared. That's the message I have to get. Just be prepared, whatever that means. Could mean delays, it could mean issues, it could mean wasted money, it could mean whatever for a lot of people. Now, it could also be that for somebody, I'm also feeling that this is your situation, and I'm again not sure, it's not always for everybody, so take the messages that resonate, leave the rest for somebody else. If you are feeling like, well, I should take a vacation now because I'm between contracts or I'm between jobs, then I would also say maybe hold off on that too, because there is a potential for you for something new. Okay, I feel for somebody either that a new job is going to come along, or if you're in a job that's quite steady and your career's going along nicely, and you decide, okay, well, I haven't taken a vacation for a while, you might want to hold off on that too, because I feel like for somebody, again with this 10 of coins, somebody is going to either be getting a promotion, and that means now that you're not necessarily going to be able to just take off at the start of that new position or that new promotion that's coming your way, okay, especially if it's a new title and new role that's associated with it. If it is just a promotion of money, no problem, bonus, that's great. I am feeling that with that 10 of coins, because you can see quite clearly the image on that card is that the character is putting money away in a canister. He's putting his pentacles in the canister. So it's, money, saving money there. All right. But let's get back to this decision and the temperance. The Wheel of Fortune says, wait, you have to have the timing right? The wheel spins. Sometimes it's good timing. Sometimes it's bad timing. Sometimes you have to know the difference. And there is the Emperor card. So, I'm feeling like, there's definitely something here. Something is either going to put you into a leadership position, potentially. I think it could lead to a new position or a new role. I'm feeling for somebody that if a boss job comes along and they offer it to you, if you want to be a boss and you've always wanted to be a boss, then the answer to that is say yes. But, you know what's right for you. So you got to do what's right for you. Okay. I do feel that somebody though is really deciding on their travels or deciding to take something. And I said to you, you have to be careful. Yeah. Well, guess what? There's the Tower. So I would just say to you, if you decide to tempt fate and go anyway, you take the consequences of that. Okay, that's what the Tower card is saying, right? Something's going to happen in the sense that there's going to be a delay. There's going to be something that, you knew you shouldn't have gone, or you knew you shouldn't have tempted fate, but you did anyway. Now, as I said, I'm feeling this with somebody who wants to travel or wants to go somewhere, but this could be, in your situation, could be any decision that you feel you need to make right now. Okay, maybe you're deciding, do I stay in this job or do I leave this job? Do I stay in this company? Do I leave this company? Remembering that perhaps, the bonuses, the benefits are that, you have a steady income, you have a steady benefits coming in or what have you. Everything is timing related nonetheless here. And again, if you tempt fate, you might not get that next level, which is that Emperor, that 10 of coins in terms of a promotion. So let's clarify the 10 of coins. I feel like if this is work, you have the 7 of Wands. I just felt like, and you also have the 3 of Pentacles. So 3 of Pentacles says you're working with people, and I feel like you're working in a team, and that you're actually leading this team, that you're actually the one who is guiding them, or you give courage of conviction to your team. Your team feels you stand up for them. This team will feel your leadership abilities because you're going to say, no, I'm sorry, my team is working. They're working hard enough. I'm not asking them to do anything more. I'm protecting my team. I'm standing up for my team. They're an awesome team. Please don't push them any harder. I kind of feel this is where you're going. So, you're leading your team to victory, and they recognize that and they appreciate that. Okay. So I definitely feel that for somebody as well. Okay. So it's not necessarily just that, you have this potential for new without it being related to anything at all. It is related to something. There is a transition here, a transformation. So certainly, again, with the death card, I am feeling like you're going from something to something new. Okay, from something old to something new. There's a change in your job, a change in your status, a change in your everything. Okay. Now, I feel like the Knight of Swords is saying it's going to come quickly, right? It's going to be very quick. It's going to be at a breakneck speed. I feel like you might be impatient for it. This is part of the reason why you're deciding, and the universe says patience, okay, is that you're probably getting impatient and saying, okay, enough. I need to make a decision, and I'm going to just, I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to do something here. And you just have to be careful with that because, that, again, if the universe says patience, let it work itself out, then let it work itself out. The timing is not right, okay? You have to wait for the fruit to be ripe enough that when you pull on it, it's so gentle, boop, it comes off in your hands easily. Don't do this the hard way. Do this the easy route, which is patience. Have some patience, okay? Now, I also feel like for some of you, this is moving quickly. It could feel a little bit chaotic because it will happen so quickly, all right? Not for everybody. Take the messages that resonate. But you need to be ready. Okay, you need to be ready, and you need to ride the changes. Okay, so I feel like you know what the obstacles are, and those obstacles clear themselves in the last week because you do have that 9 of Cups, which is your wishes fulfilled. So whatever obstacles you're coming up against right now, you won't at the end of the month. Let's clarify that Knight of Cups, please. Clarification on the Knight of Cups. What's happening quickly? Why are they impatient? 7 of Swords. Somebody feels like they are not getting their due. Somebody feels like they were not being treated like they should be, or that nobody recognizes you, so that maybe there's some going on in the background that you don't like, something that's going on in the background. It could be that you're also saying, well, I've had enough and I'm impatient, so I need a new strategy now. What's my plan? How am I getting out of this? How am I moving forward? This is why you're impatient. This is why you're deciding on this. And the universe says, wait, don't freak out. There is that Page of Swords, which says, not only are you impatient, but now you're going, okay, I'm taking command of this. You're getting very bold, and you're carrying a big sword there. And, that's kind of being a little bit too brash and out there and saying, well, that's it, man. I'm taking care of myself. Nobody cares about me. And, okay, just breathe, please. Breathe and hold off on your decision, okay? Now, because at the end of the month, it comes true. So you're going to either get that opportunity to move, or you're going to get that opportunity to finally go on vacation and travel, if that's what it was all about. But I mean, again, this decision could be anything, but I'm feeling very strongly it has to do with your being frustrated with your current situation in terms of career or work. All right. And you will be able to get out there and travel, I feel, with that cups, right? Another card here, Five of Cups. Sorry, Five of Swords. Don't get too crazy about this. That's all I have to say. Don't get too crazy about this. You're going to build up this whole thing in your head. You're going to build up this whole thing, and then it's going to resolve itself in the last week. So don't get crazy. That's all I can say. Okay? The Nine of Cups says, yay, it happens. Your wish is fulfilled once and for all. Let's clarify that Nine of Cups. Tell me about that happiness that comes, right? Everything goes back to normal with that Six of Cups. Everything goes back to you being in a good place and you being happy again and you feeling like, okay, this is how I felt like 2 months ago. I feel better again. Now I can continue on. You also have this Knight of Cups. So you've been made an offer. As I said to you, if you get an offer, if you receive an offer, there it is. There's your offer. Okay. Now, for some of you, it could be when I said that if this was related to you want to go on vacation and now you can finally go on vacation. Well, guess what? You're going to travel with the one that you love. I feel like you're traveling with your partner, and it, because you're both in a good place now, because the work thing has resolved itself, you can expect that this is going to, keep you, both happy there. Okay. Now, if you are not in a relationship and you were looking for one, then I'm going to say, if you're and you go solo on your trip, well, then, keep your eyes peeled, because there's some opportunity maybe to meet somebody. Okay. With that Knight of Cups. All right. So let's get one more clarifier for the wish fulfilled. Knight of Wands, yeah, off on a brand new adventure. All right. All right. Sag, let's get for you a card now from the Archangels. Let's see what message they have for you. Can I please have a message for Sagittarius for the month of August? Okay, you have Azrael. Azrael. I'll read to you the message here, and I'll read to you from the book. It says, transcendence. You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. So own your story. Okay. That's a great message here. Let me pull out the book. Azrael. Okay, it says, you are going through some changes right now and you may not be enjoying them. But please be assured that you are being led to your highest good. Change is a natural process, and we are constantly moving through different levels of development and experience so we can grow. You may be faced with fear and uncertainty, not knowing what the next stage is, but there are plenty of doors opening and opportunities being presented to you. Trust in yourself and your higher power. In order for you to come into alignment with this stage of your journey, it's important to take some time to reflect upon the challenges you have surmounted. Did I say there were obstacles? Not everything on your journey has been favorable, but you wouldn't be who you are today without the lessons you have learned. Realize that you have an incredible resilience that helps you tap into the infinite potential you hold within. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, people, right? It's telling you, you'll get over the obstacles. Just stand firm, hold through it, relax, breathe. As I said, just don't tempt the fate. Just hold off and be patient. Patience is a virtue. Everything happens in the correct timing. Okay? I do feel that nothing happens by accident, and I am a believer in we don't make any mistakes. We do things because we were meant to do things to learn those lessons. All right? All right, Sagittarius, this has been an interesting read, and I'll leave it there. I hope there was something in it that resonated for you, and I will see you again very soon. Until then, please know that I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.